Good morning, students. And this is the last topic of your the third chapter. That is in the Delhi Sultans, the Sultans of Delhi. In the third chapter, we will be studying about the last topic. That is economy during the Sultanates period and the decline. How the Sultanate, the Delhi of Sultanates got winded up or ended the ruling. We will be studying. In the previous class, we had discussed about the administration, how the administration was there in order to administrate properly. What are the rules they have been come up with? Like during the Balban's rule, he made it that God is considered as the Sultan will be considered as the God's representative on earth, and he also introduced the practice of sijda, that is touching the feet of the Sultan and kissing the Sultan's feet, and considering he is the ultimate person. And he also divided the military forces by appointing a civilian post, Khans, Maliks, and Amirs. And he also introduced the Ikta system, that is, land grants were given to the military and the civilian officials known as Iktadars. And also, the military affairs were managed by an official called Aris I Mumalik. The empire was divided into subas, provinces, further divided into shiks, headed by or governed by the Sikdar. All those things we saw, and even we saw the society, how the society of the Delhi Sultans was exerted. As like Hindu caste system, they will rule the nobles at the top of the social hierarchy, and the slaves were the lowest position. And slavery was an important feature of the Delhi Sultanate society, and slavings are being bought and sold, and they were provided not only treated as slaves, but they were used to give education and proper employment along with the administrative jobs for the slaves who were appointed, and they were known as bandagan in Persian language. So all those things we saw in the previous class. So children, coming to the today's topic, that is economy during the Sultanate, how the in order to bear the financial conditions or the financial problems of the empire, how the Delhi Sultans were came up with the new policies, taxes, rules and regulations, we'll see. And taxes were, as you all know, taxes were the major source of income during the Delhi Sultanate period. Only through the taxes was the main income for the Delhi Sultanates. And they introduced taxes like kharaj or the land tax which is paid on land, and gari or house tax, and charai, the cattle tax. And the revenue taxes officials were also appointed in order to collect these taxes correctly and properly. Without the tax, how the king can rule the empire, or to fulfill the needs of the people, he used to collect the taxes. And goods and mukaddams were appointed to collect the taxes. As I said, revenue taxes were collected by the officials, and their officials' names were kutas and mukaddams. Mukaddams were the appointed. The persons we call kutas and mukaddams were appointed to collect the taxes, and taxes like karas, land tax, gari or house tax, charai or cattle tax. All these taxes were made. These were made during the Firoz Shah Tughlaq period. Firoz Shah Tughlaq reorganized the taxation, or reframed or changed it according to the welfare of the people, as per the needs of the requirements of the people. Because during the Muhammad bin Tughlaq, the tax was high. After once the Firoz Shah Tughlaq started ruling, he made certain changes in the payment of the taxes. So, which he included Karaj, that is land tax to be paid on land, and Kamas, the during the state share of loot occurred during the war, and the tax for the non-Muslims, and zakat, and that one portion of the income should be paid to the poor, given to the poor. And he also came up with many facilities for the people, like irrigation facilities, building hospitals, schools, all those he did for the, and he also provided employment. And he also started with a special charity department called Diwan I Karat was set up to look after the widows and the orphans. All these things were made for the improvement of the economic status of the people in the during the Sultan's period. So now coming to the further points, that is during the Alauddin Khilji, what he introduced for the improvement of the economy. Alauddin Khilji also introduced new measures for collecting the revenue. He fixed a revenue at 50% of the total produce. Whatever the peasants or the farmers have grown the crops, on the half of that 50% produce, he fixed a 50% of the tax on that. And he also ensured that land was measured. He also fixed a tax on land and it was measured, and that tax was fixed accordingly as per the measurement of the land which he did based on the size of the land, hectares or the yards. He started fixing the taxes. Although the rate of tax was high, but the Khilji, Alauddin Khilji, made sure that it should not be a burden for the people who is going to pay the tax. As the revenue officials in their position, they are liable to collect the taxes, but these peasants or the farmers should not get any exploited or get problems or the troubles from the revenue officials when they started collecting the taxes. In order to avoid that, he was make sure that the officials should not exploit against the peasants. He was particular about that, and he appointed an official called Shahana, who would supervise traders and merchants, and they helped the traders and merchants as to how to fix the rates of the goods and how they used to collect, and have they collecting the proper price, have they fixed the proper price, or they are collecting more than the actual price. All these things were supervised by the person called official Shahana. Shahana is the person, official person is the officer who is going to supervise or guide for the traders and the merchants during the Alauddin Khilji period.